Leah, thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate you taking the time to show myself and others who find themselves on my website kind of how to navigate the PSA website, which is the Pain Society of Alberta. So I'm going to let you take it away and yeah, just show us what I guess we'll focus first just on the healthcare providers who might find themselves on our website, or even students who are wanting to increase their knowledge of chronic pain.
Well, yeah, great introduction. Thank you, Rabina. So my name is Leah, and I work alongside the Pain Society of Alberta. So a quick overview. First and foremost, at the core, it's excellence in pain education, supporting partnerships between healthcare providers and the people that they serve to improve their quality of life and lived experience. Through new and novel techniques introduced to healthcare providers through networking and through educational opportunities. Pain education and support is an immense and underserviced specialty. And without timely access to affordable quality healthcare, we can see how the burden of pain widens the gaps between providers and those people with lived experience.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that I learned about the Pain Society of Alberta yearly conference, and I found it so beneficial because as I was working in private practice and coming across individuals who were living with chronic pain, I really wanted to deepen my understanding of chronic pain and kind of what's the research around it and what is their lived experience like for them on a daily basis. So the conference that I attended in October, I think it was, I've attended two in a row as soon as I found out about them, and I'm going to be attending the one in October again. But yeah, it just gives you so much information. I think it's fantastic for people who are healthcare providers and want to, understand more about chronic pain and just understand where their clients are coming from, because there are a lot of those biases towards people who are living with chronic pain, that they're seeking medication or whatever it is, and I think we kind of need to eliminate some of those myths, right, and really understand where they're coming from. So
Absolutely. It's about putting people with lived experience on the podium and champion their experiences and making sure that care is informed and well-rounded, that helps us work through these biases and give that, quality pain care regardless of where you come from or economic status or gender or any other thing that might be a barrier to your care. So on the topic of, the conference. So this October, we have the 17th Annual Pain Society of Alberta Conference. It's always held in October. This year, we're taking it inwards. We're going inner Alberta, going away from Lake Louise this year. And so we're going to do it in Edmonton. And we really hope that this opens a whole new network of clinicians, healthcare providers, and pain professionals, especially in a lot of rural areas that can come and really benefit from our incredible speakers that come to this conference every year.
Absolutely. So is there going to be a virtual session for healthcare providers who can't come? Let's say they're living in, Slave Lake or Grand Prairie or what have you. Is there going to be an online version as well?
We're unsure of the virtual component as of now. We're not quite sure, but if you keep checking back to our website, things are now coming out about the conference. We have our room rates up. Registration is going to be out soon. And then as we progress and kind of start to fill the schedule, we will be looking into what our options are for having people come virtually.
Perfect. Well, I'm really looking forward to the conference, and it's too bad it's not in Lake Louise, but I think it's a great conference in and of itself, regardless of where it's being held. So I do encourage people to come, especially my clients as well, if they can attend online. Leah, if you could just walk us through the website to kind of highlight some of the resources that are available for providers or even students of occupational therapy who are interested in learning more about chronic pain management.
Yeah, absolutely. So other than our conference page, you have a really great history about the Pain Society of Alberta, as well as the Alberta Pain Education Collaborative. So I can let you guys go and learn all about us and who's on our boards and who's really helping us to make this impact. If you were at the 16th annual conference, you have access to all of our 2022 presentations. So you do need a password for that. So it should have come to you after. If you're missing it and we're in attendance at the 16th annual conference, just contact us and we can get that back. But all of our amazing presentations from distinguished speakers are under there. And then majorly, we have our resources section. So this is really a growing repository of resources from all over Alberta, Canada. We tried to definitely keep it centric just to, mostly Alberta, then Canada, but other international resources that we found really impactful. So as we go through and acknowledge the bigger pain organizations that we work in collaboration with, we have our huge panel of resources that just endlessly goes on and on and on. So because that's quite overwhelming, we also have the ability to search. So we have pain assessment, management, support and advocacy, mental health, helpful apps, educational opportunities, and you're able to filter the resource, who it comes from, what it's titled, and just a little bit about it, if that's included. Further from that, we have our YouTube channel. If you haven't been to our YouTube channel, would highly recommend. We have, hundreds of hours of pain education from all our Let's Talk events, our conferences previously, all our virtual events up to date are on there, and they're all accessible. We are in the process of making a little more expansive categories. So as I talk about this, I'll just segue into what's kind of happening for PSA. So we're getting an updated look, an updated web presence, and other online platforms just to match just the energy of this organization. So we would be looking to expand the network of resources and really be able to break down by discipline, especially for people who are looking for resources specific to occupational therapy. We would love to create a repository where one of the either playlists that we have in our YouTube channel, as well as options here to sort, would be able to further dive down into specific resources and get you where you want to go. So as for now, if you have a resource you want to add, this button is always here. You're able to add a resources. They're vetted through our organization, of course, but then a resource that helped you could possibly benefit another occupational therapist like yourself. So.
I often will recommend the Pain Society of Alberta website to my clients who have chronic pain. But what I have found is that the website can be overwhelming. And I think you did touch on that when we were talking about the healthcare provider aspect of the website and what resources are available to providers. So I find that it can be a little bit overwhelming and difficult to navigate. I know you and I have spoken a little bit about that, and you're going to be troubleshooting that in the next website that you guys are going to be coming up with. But if you're able to just provide some guidance in terms of, if somebody has a lived experience, how would they access resources, what resources are available, and that sort of thing.
So as you touched upon before, we do house an immense amount of resources for people with lived experience on our website, which you can see here. So pretty clean layout here. We have all about the PSA and our other collaborative, the Pain Education Collaborative. So you can go and look and read all about us, see who's on our board, who influences everything we do, and all that. We also have a huge repository of resources specifically for people who live with pain. I live with pain. You're able to click right here and be taken to our resources page with all the resources that are catered to people with lived experience in the forefront. So this is an ongoing, never-ending list of resources that you're able to take in and read, and get just all that really great knowledge, support, widen your network, and other people who you're able to talk to who have this similar lived experience. So above and beyond all these resources that we've curated from Alberta, Canada, and some really impactful international sources, we also have our YouTube channel, which has hundreds of hours of free pain education from most of our previous events, accessible, all of our Let's Talk events, our conferences, and on our YouTube channel, those are even segregated further to create playlists for people with lived experience, as well as around certain disorders or professions. So if you're looking for more occupational therapy help and you want to just do some research on your own, then you can do that as well. So for people with lived experience, that's again hundreds of hours of education in both written and video formats. We have a series of shorts. So those are 5 to 9 minute nuggets of education. So that's just the best of the best, super fast, delivered in really digestible bits. Can't say too much about it right now, but if as the year progresses, we may be looking at more events specifically for and most likely by people with lived experience, having a lot of those speakers coming to talk and share their own stories, which is something that our major conference, the annual conference, really prides itself on, is our intersection with healthcare providers and pain professionals and people with lived experience, and having them come to this platform, speaking to pain professionals directly about what it is that helps and hurts their care, whether that's implicit biases or any other of those things. So it's a great opportunity for those speakers with lived experience to be able to connect on that level.
Can't say enough good things about it. And one thing I always do tell my clients is that it's very much a layered approach when you've got chronic pain. And you want to take a biopsychosocial approach to pain management. And I love that the PSA really highlights how to do that and what are the different disciplines and what are some of the practices and the treatments that are available where people can actually layer so that they are addressing all three of those components to pain. And we don't realize how much the psychological aspect or the social context that we live in or operate in influences our pain experience. I didn't even know to the extent, right? And I find that I'm learning something new every time I attend the conference.
Yeah, that's great. We just want to continue being able to expand these networks and, continue closing these gaps for people with lived experience and the pain professionals that serve them. Upcoming for the year, the Pain Society of Alberta is going to be stepping out with a new look to kind of match their their energy going into this year. And with that comes a brand new website. So we're going to be doing this again,
Yeah.
Ravina, in a couple months, which is going to be great. And in that new website, we really hope to improve accessibility to resources, improving our categories so that people can really filter down, as well as creating a dedicated space for people with lived experience, where all of the education that is done for them, by them, is held in that spot. And I think that will go really far in order to helping us, get around and sharing all this these novel techniques. So
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time again. And I look forward to seeing you at the next conference.
okay.